Thanks for joining me. All right, Jalynne asks, if someone on earth prayed about issues and other things about this world and then died and went to heaven, would that person in heaven still pray about those issues and about the bad things on earth? It's a very intriguing question, very imaginative. Well, my personal opinion is, well, I'll get to my opinion, but let me start by saying the Bible doesn't say. And when it's silent about things, some things you can know, nah, it's not true. Other things you're not sure. I'm not sure about it. It's a great question. Jesus is stated that he's interceding for us even now. Hebrews 7, Romans. I know that passage in Romans. 12. 8. I think. Yeah. All right, so he ever liveth to make intercession, that's Hebrews. But I believe also that intercession is more than just praying for us. It's the intercession that he did on the cross with his blood that's still standing between us and God's another subject. Let's get to this one right here. Now, there is only one verse that I know of, and there might be others that people know of they could point out. And if you know of any, please put it in the comments. I'm always wanting to learn. But there's a passage in Hebrews 12, and it's right after 11. By the way, there were no chapter numbers and all that, verses when it was first written. It's just a letter. So the author, maybe Paul, whoever, just writes down, and he talks about all these men and women of faith. Powerful, powerful passage. This is in the division of chapter 11 of Hebrews. Then he says, wherefore, he said, the next thing is, now that I've told you about all these heroes of faith, it says, now we are compassed about, we Christians now are compassed about by such a great cloud of witnesses. And then it goes on. Now that verse is what people take, and they feel like that they're watching from heaven. They're witnessing us. I personally don't believe that, but it could be true, but I don't think so. I don't think people, the saints, all the Christians are just watching us down, and then praying for the situations. I think there's a real divide, and they don't know what's going on, in my opinion. They're worshiping God. They're loving Him. They're loving each other. Do they really have the connection between between heaven and earth? I personally don't believe it. At least on that verse, the cloud of witnesses. Cloud definitely tends to like a lot, many multitudes. There's other writings. Homer's Iliad mentions it, and other pieces meaning a lot of people in other Greek writings. And then the other mention I would like to say on that is compass about. I think he really does refer to the known amphitheaters. Is that the right word? The big arenas where the Greek games were done and all that. So there's a sense that we're surrounded, is what he's saying. Basically, we have all these past history people. They're like, not literally, it's a poetic way of saying they are, we have all these kind of set up to, it's in a sense they're not really watching us, but we have a lot of witnesses to what we're going to have, because he mentions they did in the book of Hebrews that they had never received the promises, and I think it's in that chapter coming up. I have to look it up. It's the last verse of one of those chapters. And so I don't think they're literally witnessing it. So my point is, I think there's a real divide between heaven and earth. First of all, I don't want people like my family or people who know me who have gone on to watch my mistakes. What is that pleasant? Is that joy in heaven? No, I don't think so. And I just don't think so. But anyway, so now, do they pray? I mean, it's possible. They know what's going on and they can intercede, and maybe they're praying. I tend to not believe it. I don't believe, by the way, with all due respect to my brothers and sisters who truly are born again in the Catholic religion, I don't believe at all biblically. You can't find it in the Bible that they prayed to saints. That's just not true. I'm sorry, and I love you, but I go by the Bible. It's not in the Bible. It isn't. And we're only to pray to God, and we only have one mediator between man and God. There's nothing that teaches that. There might be in the other books that are put in the Catholic Bible. I think there's one verse actually says it, but I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, I hope that answers it. So what's my answer? In my opinion, they could be praying, but I don't think they know the issues. I don't think they know the bad things on earth. That's just my speculation. I don't think they do. All right, God bless you. Thank you, Jalynne.